Listen, last night, or I guess this morning, when I woke up and I saw that the Chicago Cubs, the young Cubs, went out partying last night, even after the plane landed in Cincinnati. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I didn't expect much from today's game, and to their credit, they didn't give us much either. We got to talk about it. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. Let's light it up in here just a little bit. Listen, I'm your host, Mike Jones, back again with another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Thank you, and every single person that tunes in or has tuned in this season to one of these episodes of Chicago Cubs Central, presented to you by Chi-Town Sports Central Network. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. The Chicago Cubs didn't have much to celebrate about tonight. I think everybody's going to have an early night to bed tonight. Listen, they went out, they enjoyed themselves, they had a great night. So they not only did they celebrate in the Pirates locker room, they then turned and celebrated on the plane. They then turned, and the young guys, when the plane landed in Cincinnati, they went out again. So, listen, let me tell you something. The Chicago Cubs probably weren't worth a damn in today's game. I mean, I'm just going to put that out there to you. But I do not want to take away from Hunter Green literally doing a one-hit shutout on the Chicago Cubs. Listen, Hunter Green gave the Chicago Cubs problems multiple times this season. This is our last time seeing him this season. Whew, thank God. But, man, dude looked strong every single time he went out there for the Cincinnati Reds this season. Like I said, outside of seeing Seiya Suzuki, he feared none of these Cubs all season long. And tonight he showed you why. I mean, he literally dominated getting this win. He goes 7-4 on the season. The only run scored in this game was a double by Benson that scored Hayes, who doubled to make it to second. That was the only run the whole game. Outside of that, this was nothing short of a pitcher's duel. And unfortunately, Colin Rea found himself on the wrong side of just not getting enough run support from a team that, was hungover, to say the least. I mean, I full on believe Craig House is going to make all of them go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight. Well, it'll be 10 o'clock Cincinnati time, but they're going to all have to go to bed at 10 o'clock p.m. Cincinnati time, because if you can't have a repeat of this. The Chicago Cubs, literally, Ian Happ said in his speech in the Pittsburgh away team locker room, that they want to host some games, some postseason games at Wrigley. The job isn't done. The job isn't done. One of my Chicago Cub podcast cohorts also posted the Kobe Bryant interview after they went up. I think it was 2 games on the Magic or whatnot, and he asked if they celebrated with the rest of the team, if he was celebrating or whatnot, and he was like, celebrating for what? The job's not done. Job's not done. Chicago Cubs, job's not done. I mean, and listen, for some of my older, more seasoned Cubs fans, they had a lot to say on X last night about the Chicago Cubs popping bottles and popping beers and celebrating and going out. They went out for Oktoberfest dressed in their Oktoberfest get up. Those people had a lot to say about that. Like I said, Crawley's Kingdom, he really had something to say about it. Just like I said, I mean, he is a boomer. I mean, let's call a spade, but at the same time, he definitely had a point there. Did the Chicago Cubs maybe celebrate a little bit too much? I mean, but then again, when you look at the fact that 2018, when they made it back to the postseason, they held off from celebrating. They didn't celebrate at all because they wanted to wait until they made it back to the World Series to celebrate. But they ended up not making it back. The Dodgers ended up beating them And then 2020 was just weird all around. And not much to celebrate about. It was COVID. Nobody could really celebrate. So like I said, it just ended up being one of those things where the Chicago Cubs needed this. The young guys needed this. The older guys needed this. The organization needed this. But the job's not done. Job is not done at all by any means necessary. We still have so much to do, and you cannot go out here and lay an egg. You need to lock down that first wild card spot. Point blank, period. That first wild card spot needs to be locked down. You need to get home field advantage all throughout the wild card series. Everything has to go through Wrigley. Give yourself that home field advantage, and make it tough on whoever you face, whether that be San Diego, whether that be, somebody else. And I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, their chances are dwindling, but there's still an opportunity to even win the division. But you can't lay eggs like this right now. That's for damn sure. But listen, the Chicago Cubs got the part in, hopefully, out their system. Now it's time to get back to business. Now it's time to refocus. Now it's time to go ahead and to start playing ball like you need to play ball again. And the Chicago Cubs need to get on the right track. Hunter Green snapped. He killed this game. But Colin Rea had himself a game too, and we're going to talk about that in the next segment after. But like I said, I mean, we'll talk about Colin Rea and his importance to the team. But like I said, I definitely don't want to understate. You got to tip your cap to Hunter Green. 9 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks on 109 pitches, 78 of those being strikes. Listen. Dude was game. He was ready. And the Chicago Cubs offense didn't have nothing for that man. But we got to also talk about Colin Rea. I have been talking ad nauseum, and I still will continue to talk about the product, the brand that has changed my life and can change yours too. What's that product? It's Dubby. It's an all-natural energy supplement that you can take on the daily to help you get through those urges, those moments when you want to nap, then when you hit the cliff, or if you had a long night the night before and need to get through another crazy day of the hustle and bustle, the 9 to 5, whatever you got going on, Dubby is your energy drink. That's right. Not to mention, when you buy a container of Dubby, it actually equals out to almost $1 per drink. You can mix it in with whatever you want, whether that be a juice, whether that be a water, whether that be some type of other energy flavored drink, whatever you want, you can mix Dubby with it and it will do the trick for you. Guys, I don't understand what you're waiting on. Dubby takes care of everything for you. All you have to do is go on to the Dubby website and place your order. And at this time, when you do that, all you have to do is put in Cubs Central Pod 2024. That's right, Cubs Central Pod 2024. And you get 10% off on your Dubby order. That's right. Hey, listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, Jitterless Energy. It's they have all different types of different flavors for you. Dubby has what you need. Be better with Dubby. Colin Rea probably pitched his best game of the season this year against Cincinnati, and unfortunately lost this game. 2 hits, 2 doubles, literally basically cost him his game because the offense could not muster up not a single run to help him along the way, even to go with the tie. Colin Rea ends with a 10-7 record. He pitched 7 innings of 4 hit, 1 run baseball, 0 walks, 11. Say that again. 11 strikeouts on 93 pitches, 69 of those being strikes. He has a 4.10 ERA. Michael Soroka came in and also pitched in the 8th inning and allowed 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout on 19 pitches, 11 of those being strikes. Listen, Colin Rea, if he can take this performance and build off of this, you might look at Colin Rea and you might say to yourself, If Matthew Boyd doesn't have it, I'm pulling Colin Rea out the bullpen immediately. Let's say 2 innings into a wild card game and Matthew Boyd gives up 4 runs. I'm immediately going to Colin Rea. I think Colin Rea has proven that he's one of the Iron Men for this team. I mean, and this is coming from somebody that, yes, admittedly so, if you've watched this show enough, you've seen me say bad things about Colin Rea. But when you look at the overall scope of Colin Rea's season, which we will do a deep dive into it after the Chicago Cubs season is over with, but if you look at Colin Rea and you look at at what he did this season, let me tell you something. Colin Rea has been an Iron Man for the Chicago Cubs team. He was not brought here and figured in to pitch this many innings. He was brought here to be a bullpen / fringe starter who ended up having to dive right into that starter role because we lost Justin Steele so early. And then we lost Jameson Taillon. And then, like I said, and then we had Shohei Managa go down with injury. I mean, literally, there were games, there were series where we were held together by the one win or one decent start from Colin Rea. And we won some series off the back of Colin Rea and Matthew Boyd. 2 older guys that are experienced and are able to help teams win. I like the pairing of starting a game with Matthew Boyd and then switching to somebody like Colin Rea. I think that the Chicago Cubs would benefit from that. What's your thoughts on this? Should the Chicago Cubs look at potentially having Colin Rea come in and assist Matthew Boyd if he comes into a game and just doesn't have it? Because he has pitched a career-high innings this year with the Chicago Cubs this season. So, I mean, like I said, and he looked great. He looked like a fringe Cy Young winner up until the end here. His last 4 starts have been abysmal for the most part. But, I mean, like I said, he'll finish probably 2nd or 3rd in that Cy Young award, but that's Paul Skeens award now. It ain't even a question about it. The only hope that Matthew Boyd had for winning that Cy Young award was his record was going to be better. But every other aspect of the game, Paul Skeens is going to win the Cy Young again. It's pretty much his. I don't see anybody else on the horizon that you could think of on this side that could take that award from Paul Skeens. So maybe next year it'll be Cade Horton. We'll have to see about that. But kudos to Colin Rea. Cubs just got to get some sleep, man. They play again tomorrow, same time in Cincinnati. So, like I said, you don't want to miss the game. Guys got to come through. We still got business to take care of. Don't get sloppy now. Don't get comfortable now. So, appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, go Cubs, go. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.